I bow to all the seekers of truth. At the very outset, we have to know that truth is what it is. You cannot change it you cannot transform it, and you cannot conceptualize it. Also, unfortunately, at human awareness, you cannot know it. Something has to happen to our awareness, as told by all the scriptures, that you have to become the Spirit. Unless and until you become the Spirit, you cannot know the truth. We see around us the problems of science, how science has not been able to give us the totality of lifestyle which would enrich us, will make us joyous and beautiful. On the contrary, it has created horrible things like hydrogen bomb, oxygen bomb. Also, all kinds of problems of ecology have been developed due to the overactivity of our machineries. We have not been able to realize how to balance it and how to make it congenial to human life. The reason for this is very simple, that we have not reached the absolute truth. Absolute means there is the truth which nobody can challenge. Everyone feels the same way. Like you are seeing me wearing a sari here, white color. So now all of you can see that with your own eyes. In the same way, the absolute truth is the one that everybody feels the same way. Now, what is the truth? The first truth is that there is an all-pervading power of divine love around us. You may not believe it, you may believe it. You need not be blind, you need not have a blind faith about it. But I am putting forward before you something like a hypothesis. And if you think it is the truth, by experimenting with it, by finding it out, then as honest people you have to accept that there is a power which is all-pervading. And this power exists. We see these beautiful flowers here. And these beautiful flowers, we take them for granted. We never think how this miracle has taken place. Look at our eyes. We never even think how this beautiful camera has been fixed for us. We take everything for granted, and that is the reason we do not want to probe into the areas which are very important today for us to find out. Firstly, in our evolutionary process, we have come up to a point that we are human beings. And then we are lost. We have not found the absolute. People are really seeking the truth. The other day I was reading about people who are now getting frustrated with Christianity and trying to go to Buddhism or want to go to Islam or anything. They are just the same. There's no difference, because what Bible is or what Christ is very different from Christians. What Islam is very different from Muslims. That's what all of them admit also. What Buddhism is very different from the Buddhist. So what they preach, what they talk about. The other day I was reading a book on Islam, I was surprised. It's saying the same thing. Also if you read, say Buddha Dhammapad, it says the same thing. Or these Christian Sciences people, they say the same thing. But just they say. It's just a mental process. It has not penetrated into our being. It has not become part and parcel of our being. The religion that we follow is not part and parcel of us. If it was, whatever you may be a Christian, Hindu, Muslim, anything, you can commit any sin, you can do what you like. There's no controlling power within you. And this controlling power is your spirit. When you become the spirit, then you become a real Christian, a real Buddhist, and a real Muslim. Because then you can absorb whatever is written there, and you become that. SahajaYoga means, Saha means with, Ja means born. Born with you is the right to be in union with this all-pervading power. So this is the first truth that one has to experiment. The second one is that you are the spirit. You are not this body, this mind, but you are the spirit. You are seeking in a way. You don't know what you are seeking, but you are not satisfied with whatever you have. And you don't know where to jump, what to ask for. Simple thing is you have to be the spirit. Now for that, within us is this beautiful mechanism already laid down. Now I have read some books which say that this Kundalini, the power, which is going to connect you to this all-pervading power, like this instrument is connected to the mains and has some meaning, this Kundalini gives you all kinds of problems. It cannot, because it's your mother. She's the reflection of the Holy Ghost, as they say, or the reflection of this all-pervading power. She gives you the second birth without any difficulties. And it's a living process of the living divine power. So you don't have to pay for it. Anything that asks for money, please know that it has nothing to do with God, for God doesn't understand money. When we get these flowers, how much do we pay to the Mother Earth? She does it. It's her nature. She just does it for paying anything. This is one criteria if you put, that you don't have to pay for your ascent into spirituality. You will immediately find out that it's a living process, and in a living process you cannot pay. You cannot put in any effort also. It's just effortless. At the most little bit you can guide, but there is no effort needed. Supposing a gardener wants to press on the seed to be sprouted, it won't work out. It has to allow it to grow spontaneously. In the same way, it works out within you. And once this happens, you can feel this all-pervading power for the first time on your fingertips, or maybe out of your fontanelle bone area. That means you get the actualization of your baptism. It is not artificial baptism that somebody puts a little water on your head and says, all right, this is your realization, or you become this and this and this. It's all artificial. Because it is artificial, it cannot be absorbed within us. The reality is that this thing has to happen, and it has to pass through 6 chakras, the centers of energy, and pierce through your fontanelle bone area. As a result, whatever I say, you need not believe me, but as a result, first thing happens, you get a physical benefit. Complete physical benefit means all your physical problems are solved. It's true that SahajaYoga has cured blood cancer within no time. It's a fact. And there are 3 doctors in Delhi University who have got their MD. There are 3 doctors, no doubt. And there are 7 doctors who are now recording all those people who got cured with SahajaYoga. But curing is not the job of SahajaYoga. It just as a byproduct it happens to you. The second thing happens that you get peace of your mind, your mental problems are solved. That is when the Kundalini rises. She passes through this center of yours, which is placed on the optic chiasma, and when it opens out this optic chiasma, this institution of your conditioning called as superego and another as ego both of them are sucked in. And the thoughts come to you from ego or from superego, or from the future or from the past. Then you stand in the present. Then you are thoughtlessly aware, silent. There is no thought, but you are absolutely aware. Now, if you want to think, you can always think. No problem on that. But if you don't want to think, you can be absolutely silently watching everything. In that state, I would say, now see, I see a beautiful carpet here. Supposing I look at it and I am in thoughtless awareness, then all the joy that the artist has put in it starts pouring on me completely, relaxing me and giving me the joy that was hidden in this artistic piece. So you develop a state in which you jump into the ocean of joy. As they say, that a drop becomes the ocean, the microcosm becomes the macrocosm. They all talk about it, but it has not happened. And it's very easy to do it because you are all ready and this instrument is absolutely within you. So it is your own power that works. It's your own power. I don't do anything in the sense at the most you can say I trigger it. But when you become powerful, you can do the same. You can give realizations to others, you can cure people, you can help people, and you yourself, you are in the complete state of joy and satisfaction. This is your power, is within you, and just is to be manifested. Once it is manifested, it is tremendous, because I have seen drug addicts overnight giving up their drugs, alcoholism given up, all kinds of funny things we are doing with our own mental, I should say, projections, which are always trying to boomerang on us. All this mental projection is not a guideline, but the spirit is, because spirit guides you. It gives you the absolute truth in the sense that you can feel everybody's vibrations, as they call it, but the vibrations can be misunderstood. It's a cool kind of a breeze like waves that come in. Now see the miracle, these are, most of them are Australians or New Zealanders. And they sing these Sanskrit songs, which is one of the most difficult passage from the Adi Shankaracharya's Saundarya Lahari, which is a very difficult one, with such ease. I mean, they have never known. I mean, it was impossible to teach one sentence to these Englishmen who lived in India for 300 years. Well, look at these people. How have they picked up? So it enhances your creativity, it enhances your grasping power, it gives you a beautiful health, it gives you a beautiful mind, but above all, it gives you the joy of life. Then you start understanding why you are on this earth. Then you get a real identity and you know what is the purpose of your life. This has to happen to all of us, and it should happen everywhere. Surprisingly, that Russia and all these countries which we call as the Eastern world are wonderfully sensitive. They have had no conditionings of any kind, and they are not so materialistic also. You'll be surprised, in one village called as Taliati in Russia, there are 22,000 SahajaYogis who are practicing SahajaYoga. And the embassy in Delhi has invited me to honor me for what work I have done. I mean, I have done it everywhere. But the way they are sensitive to things, we are not. Perhaps this freedom so-called we have got is more of an abandonment, without any understanding how far to go and not to cross the limit. This so-called freedom has made us go into this and go into that. Especially in America, I think all of them have become really stupid. It's impossible to understand them. For example, look at this Elizabeth Taylor's 8th honeymoon. There were 4,000 people standing around her house to go see her. She's going for her honeymoon. What is there to see? I don't know. But there were 10 helicopters on top of her house from where people were parachuting. Some fell on the people, some fell on the trees. And this kind of a nonsense, if human beings are supposed to do, if this is the aim of their life, if this is the meaning of their life, it's better to be animals then, because they have at least some purpose. We serve no purpose while we are wasting our energy, our brains into stupid things. What we have to understand that if you too much listen to your ego, one can become really very stupid. But even if you go into your conditionings as they do in India and other places, also you can become very ritualistic and you can become extremely sly and unreliable. Both ways, it's not good. What you have to be is to become the spirit. You have to move in the central path of your ascent and get your self-realization. I'm sorry, I have only one day program here. I won't be able to do much justice to your quest. But in any case, you all can get your realization, no doubt about it. The New Zealanders, I don't know why, they are not yet taking to SahajaYoga, but to all kinds of nonsensical things. One has to first of all see the disciples, what they have got. When you go to anything like that, first of all you must judge the disciples, what knowledge have they got? What are they doing? Are they raising the kundalini of others? Are they giving realizations to others? Are they curing people? What is their temperament? Are they compassionate? Are they honest? Are they moral? What is their family life? Just try to find out how they behave. The other day in Melbourne, I was so happy that some ladies came and told me that, Mother, you have given our daughters to us. Because they had just gone away, they were very angry with us. Now they have come back to us through SahajaYoga. Because then you get a complete view of the whole life system that you have, and then you take to a life where you have compassion and you become a very matured person, a different person. This is the greatest revolution which has to take place, and is taking place in 62 countries, but of course in 52 countries very active. I have seen people when they come together from these countries, so beautiful, such brotherhood, such love, no violence, nothing, and no complications of this man running with that woman, nothing of the kind. Such good people, just like angels, they don't trouble anybody and they look after each other. This is what has to happen to us if we have to avoid wars, if we have to avoid problems. Even ecological problem, any agricultural problem, all can be only solved when you have this all-pervading power flowing through you. Then you can manage everything. So if it is so easily available, and if it is so manageable, why not we get it? And when it is our own power, why should we waste our own power? Why shouldn't we really get it? And that's what we have to think about and enjoy it. Now, in this short time, as I am saying that, you see the New Zealanders, the SahajaYogis were not very hopeful about you people coming, because all the time we had programs and all that, but people didn't take it seriously and they didn't take their self-realization very seriously. So they said, Mother, just have one program in Auckland, this place, I don't know. So I wish I had at least 2 days here, but they said that Auckland people are not so much spiritual or whatever it is. But I do not agree there, because such beautiful nature is all over, and it's such a beautiful place. And why shouldn't they take to SahajaYoga? I can't understand, when it is so simple, so good, and so joyous. So I hope in this little lecture, whatever I have given you, I've been able to give a little glimpse of it. And also, we can have some questions for about 15 minutes, and then I can give you your realization, which is very simple, takes about 10 minutes, not more than that. It's like a jet kundalini now in this jet yoga. It works out that way. Just ask the questions. Yeah, it's me lighter.
Just find light.
What did you?
Who told you that Auckland is not spiritual?
Their experience has been like that. I don't know, but I'm sure it will change from today. They have been really struggling quite a lot, working it out quite a lot. They had so many programs. They told me, Mother, we have programs every week. We did, why is it in New Zealand it's so slow? They feel, you see, that way. Because I must say Australia is very fast. And it started with 2 people, it has grown very much. And about the same time it started. And also the newspaper, media was not helpful. I don't know what are they up to. They want something sensational out of it. And I don't know how to make it sensational. It's the most sensational otherwise. But this is how it is not being supported. They feel they're rather frustrated. So from today I'm sure it would be better.
How is SahajaYoga different from other meditations? Like
As what?
How is SahajaYoga different from other meditation?
Other meditation.
Yeah, like
You see, in SahajaYoga, you don't have to do meditation. You are in meditation. You become meditative. You can't do it. See, you can't do it. Like one candle is not enlightened. It cannot get enlightened by itself. It has to be enlightened. In the same way, unless and until you are enlightened, you cannot be in meditation. In meditation, you become thoughtlessly aware. But if you try to do meditation, you'll be thinking of this, thinking of that. No. In thoughtless awareness, you start growing. That is a state which has to be achieved. That state is already not there. That's why you cannot meditate.
The question was, is meditation like self-hypnosis?
Psycho?
Self-hypnosis?
No, not at all. You see, self-hypnosis is possible if you go on chanting some name, you see, then you get hypnotized by that. I must tell you about TM, which is another very dangerous stuff. You see, there was one gentleman who was the head of their flying academy, who came to me with his wife and with his deputy director. His name was Peter Pierce. He was from Scotland, and he had a huge big mansion near a Lake Roanoke. He came to me because they all suffered from epilepsy, and he had become bankrupt. And he told me the whole story was so horrible that it has nothing to do with God or nothing to do with anything divine. Firstly, he told me that they were given a mantra to chant in a very secret way and a sacred way. You had to walk 7 steps up, and the Guru would say something in your ears, some sort of a thing. And the mantras were absolutely secret, and they were they were supposed to pay 300 pounds beforehand to go there. Now the mantras were 3 mantras. One was Inga, Pinga and Tinga. Now Indians will know what it means. Inga means the scorpion bite. It's not Sanskrit. It's a local language. Pinga means when you get possessed, you go round and round is Pinga. And Tinga means when you show like this. Can you imagine? And this guru used to giggle because he has befooled everyone. So he used to giggle all the time. That's why it's called as a giggly guru. 300 pounds to begin with. Then after that you'll be surprised, they had to pay 6,000 pounds. Because if money is there, then people feel very attracted. Oh, there is money, something must be worth it, you see. There's no value to this. This is invaluable. So 6,000 pounds they paid, went to some remote hotel in Switzerland. I mean, so many. Some of them are barristers and this, and they have now come to SahajaYoga. And there they were supposed to sit on some sort of a foam and jump on it. So many of them broke their bottoms and they put a case against them. And they have got lots of money out of it. Just see the stupidity of people also. Why do they want to fly to begin first of all, halfway through? Already we have jamming problem on the streets. You see, this is a stupid idea that you want to fly in the air about 3 feet above. You cannot. And why? Now, that's another point. But these people took full advantage of the people who had no idea as to what it's all about. And they gave them water to drink, which had boiled potatoes for 6 days or 7 days. And then on the 7th day, they gave them the rind of the potatoes, and the 8th day, they gave them the potatoes. This is for 6,000 pounds. Just imagine. And people did it. So many of them. And this was also done in that place which I have told you already in Roanoke, where they had a foundation of language, big names. Foundation, these, that, such big names of universal this, that, such big names. And what is there is just money making. Also religions are, I must say, money oriented. They are also power oriented, but none of them are spirit oriented. So this is what one has to understand, that meditation cannot be bought. You cannot have a class. You cannot go through all kinds of reading about it. It's something beyond your mind. And once you go there, then only you can develop. So face the truth as it is. This is what is the problem, that we do not know this area. That's why people can make money out of you. Just it is a money-making proposition. Now so many of them are recluses. So many are in trouble. They came to SahajaYoga and I had a very bad time curing them. Most of them were suffering from epilepsy. Now, what do you say to that kind of a thing? Those who are meditating are not just sitting and meditating all the time. Like SahajaYoga is 5 minutes in the morning and 10 minutes in the evening, do it in a proper way. They cleanse their chakras. The rest of the time they are working it out. What's the use of meditating when you are of no use? See, you should be useful to the whole society. This is what is the Buddhism in modern times. He has said there will be Matraya, the 3 mothers together will come and will make you bodhisattvas. Means not only that you will get your realization as Buddhas, but you will be able to benefit the whole society around. Otherwise just meditating, doing what? Same with these Tibetans and all that. Horrible. I only say as a mother, at least if you are doing anything, you have a guru or someone, at least your health should be all right. Your mind should be all right. But they have such terrible pains in their body. And what is the bona fide of these people also one should find out. Who are they? It's very difficult, you see, because they know one thing, that it is the big way of advertisement, is big promises, big claims, All these things you put before the people, they are used to it. Use the television, pay their money, use the media and all that. And people get impressed. But falsehood cannot give you truth. There are different types of yoga.
There are different types of yoga, and he's wondering what's the difference between
That's a good.
SahajaYoga and other yogas.
See now. This first we'll take the Hatha Yoga. Ha, tha. Ha means here you have seen the left side is the Ida Nadi, Chandra Nadi is Ha, and Tha is the right side, the Surya Nadi. So Ha, Tha means you have to place yourself, attention on both and come in the center. Now Patanjali wrote about Patanjali Yoga thousands of years back, and it is an Ashtanga Yoga, means there are 8 folds, out of which the exercise is not even the 16th of one of them. Now, we to use exercises in case it is necessary when the Kundalini is rising and you know at certain point or certain chakra is out of order. Then we use it. But it's very great science. You just can't take all the medicine from the medicine box and then they come and tell me we are doing Hatha Yoga, Mother, we are having this problem, that problem. You'll have it because you have not seen the totality of the whole thing. You are just doing partially, which may not be required. Supposing your Agya chakra is bad and you are doing something for your stomach, what's the use? There's a science about it and there is no need to do it, and it's just a wee bit. But even Patanjali has talked about thoughtless awareness, he has talked of doubtless awareness, he has talked about Tutambara Pragya, is the whole, this all-pervading power. But nobody reached that. They just did a wee part of it and now they have become yogis. But these Hatha yogis, you should be careful because they are very hot-tempered people. If you have to approach them, go with a barge pole so that you can save yourself. Otherwise, any time they'll jump on you. If you say something against them, they'll just jump on you. They'll never allow you to say anything. So be careful with them also. But the main thing is that this is also just to give you some sort of a, I should say, feed, so that you are kept there getting attached to this. It's of no use. What you have to have is a spiritual ascent, and really the spiritual ascent which is promised to you. Now there's another one is Raja Yoga. In Raja Yoga they tell you to stop your chakras by putting, they call it as bandhas. This is also another artificial thing. When your cart is ignited, when you start your car, all the machinery starts working automatically. When you start the Kundalini, all the machinery that is within you, all the chakras start working automatically. But supposing you just start moving the wheel without starting the car, what will happen? In the same way they tell you, do the bandhas, do this. There was one organization called a Self-Realization Organization in Los Angeles. Thank God it is now finished. Most of them are exposed now. That's also very good. So they used to cut the thread of the tongue, you see, and allow the tongue to wag like a dog and put the tongue back for a thing called khechari, which automatically happens to you, which you will not even feel, that when the Kundalini rises, these chakras first open and then close automatically. As we digest our food in the same way, it happens spontaneously. Sahaja means spontaneous. You don't have to put the tongue back on there to stop it, because there's no Kundalini, what are you stopping? And those doctors, they were doctors, some of them, have those wagging tongues, even now they are existing there, poor things, doing nothing, they can't talk, they can't eat. I mean, all kinds of nonsense. Then another is that you must suffer. Certain people think that we must suffer. Christ has suffered for us. We don't have to suffer anymore. We have had enough of these sufferings. And they'll say, you must suffer and give the money to us. You better fast and give the money to us. Once they start fasting, it would be better. They never suffer. You'll be surprised, they never suffer. I happened to go to China, and I was amazed to see that these Tibetan lamas, these Dalai Lama and all these things, had 500 tumblers made of real 24 karat gold of beer jugs. And so many other things like that, big plates, as we call them, thalis and all that, made of real gold. And they were recovered by these Chinese when they were flying away to Tibet. Because they couldn't carry that, they put it in a river which was salvaged by them. So can you imagine this Lhasa is such a storage of wealth. And then these poor people who are there, Tibetans, were so poor. They were intimidated and were said that we are the God, we are Buddha, we are this. So all the money, from where did they get it? Even now in India when they are there, they have got so much of gold with them. That is surprising. They have made a huge big Buddha out of gold. Imagine Buddha, the one who renounced the world, is made out of gold there. And they have lots of gold with them. But people don't think. They are interested in buying Rolls Royces. I mean, what is a Rolls Royce for a saint? I mean, it's equal to the dust of his feet. But they do it. There was one 14-year-old gentleman who was buying Rolls Royces. And when he wanted to come back to England, he told them that you have to give me one more Rolls Royce. I think already 50 must have been having. So I want to have one Rolls Royce, then only come. So poor things, for 1 year they starved, ate only potatoes, and made the money and gave him the Rolls Royce, otherwise he would not come. They are so mesmerized by this permanently 14-year-old fellow. I mean, there should be some understanding as to how the saint should be. What he talks, what he does, what is his lifestyle. Something should be seen. Also the disciples, what are they doing? What are their capacities? What powers they have got? We should think about it. But when I say you have got powers, you have to experience and find out for yourself. If you really have powers, why not have it? All these kind of yogas are there, so many of them are. And now Brahma Kumaris, another madness. So many become pregnant and they said, you should not marry. They become pregnant and come to me. We had 3 cases like that. This is all unnatural, all nonsensical. In SahajaYoga, you are not to become a sannyasi or change your dresses and be nothing of the kind. Whatever you are all right. You have to marry, have good children, good families, be normal and natural. A Sahaja is the most normal person. And enjoy yourself. No?
Mother, the question is, do you think the institutional religions like the churches and that are breaking down?
You have to decide that, not me. You see, the same churches would have been all right if they had done what Christ has said, that you are to be born again. It doesn't mean that you put a brand, I'm born again. It's not that brand again, but to become a realized soul. None of them, why should I say churches, everywhere, they are so money-oriented and nonsensically political. Do you know, I read a book called it In God's Name. It was so shocking that $9 billion were counterfeited by the Vatican and was distributed through their bank. Can you imagine? How can it be? So you see, if churches will be destroyed, it will be because of the way they are. Church is the temple of God. And you can't do this money business there. That's why Christ had to take a hunter and beat all these people. They are money-oriented, all through money-oriented, and if not money-oriented, they are power-oriented. Like the other day you must have read an article that they smuggled all kinds of things to Poland to disturb the Soviet control over Poland. This was done by a church, and so many war criminals were protected by the church. And this fight about women cannot be ordinary is nonsense, absolutely. There's nowhere written in the Bible, because I don't consider Paul anywhere near as the nearer even Christ. Who was he? Just a squatter came and sat in the Bible. He had no business to be there. If you just remove Paul, you will understand what Christianity is. He had no business to be there. When I first saw him in the Bible, I was born in a Christian family, for your information, and when I saw him, I asked my father, who is he, this Paul, Mr. Paul, what is he doing there? He's the one who organized Christianity, he's the one who ruined it. He was fighting with Matthews also, saying that how could there be an immaculate conception? There was. They are incarnations, after all. Incarnations are incarnations, they are not human beings. And then the Anglican Church has brought it to the level of human beings. Just the way the Greeks have brought all the gods and goddesses to their level. You see, human beings have freedom. But sometimes the way they have used their freedom is really remarkable, that without understanding what is divinity, what is divine power, they have just tried to change all the beauty of divinity into something so stupid and sometimes so vulgar that it is unbelievable. They cannot understand a saintly person. How can they understand an incarnation? For Christ also they have said all kinds of things which are horrifying. Also this, they will put Christ, supposing you go to Sistine Chapel in Rome, you'll find Michelangelo understanding Christ, such a huge big thing standing there doing the Last Judgment. While on the table you'll find a miserable looking skeleton as Christ. It's a kind of a, I think, sadism. I can't bear it to see Christ like that. How can Christ be like that? Who carried the whole of that cross? Can any pope carry the cross like that? They want to show him so miserable all the time. He was not. How can it be? Anybody who is a divine person cannot be miserable like that. Then nobody wants to be like him. Nobody wants to be a skeleton. I mean, the picture they show about him is so horrifying. Sometimes you just can't believe it. How can that be Christ? Without any joy, without any glow on his face, looking like a skeleton. And then many people now have started believing that if you become the skeleton, you will definitely go to heaven. They will not. There's no need at all for you to suffer. You have to just enter into the kingdom of God. Where did he say that you have to become like a skeleton? Nowhere.
Are there any other questions? Shall we continue? Okay.
What's it?
I was just asking if there was any other questions at all.
Another? Yeah. Yeah, it's all right. I think we have had enough of it. You see, I'll tell you one thing. I've been doing this kind of a job now for the last 22 years. And I've been all over the world. I'm quite an expert now. I can answer all your questions, no doubt. Because I know these questions also. But what I have to tell you, that this is all a mental feat, isn't it? You asking me question, I'm answering you and all that. It's not mental. You have to go beyond that. These religions are all mental, that's why we we have not been able to take it to our heart. I'm talking to you about it because, and I'm asking you to ask me questions that at the time when you're Kundalini rising, I don't want you to feel that I didn't ask this question. That's why. You have complete freedom to ask me any number of questions that you want to, but I cannot guarantee the awakening of the Kundalini. That has to work out by itself. Also, if you have done anything like that, any Hatha Yoga and all that, you should not be upset about it. Everything can be worked out by your Kundalini. Because she knows everything about you. She is your mother. She is your individual mother. She has recorded everything about you and she is anxious to give you realization. So now can we have? All right. You have to sit little comfortably, little straight. All right. And I'll be happy if you can take out your shoes, will be a better idea, because this Mother Earth is wonderful. She gives us such a help and she sucks in all our problems. The another thing is that there are 3 conditions which you have to follow. But first and foremost thing, I would like to tell you that I respect your freedom. If you don't want to have your self-realization, I cannot force on you. It cannot be forced. It has to be asked for. As Christ has said, you have to knock at the door. You have to ask for it. You have to have desire. And the Kundalini is the power of pure desire, not just mundane desire. So if you do not have desire to have self-realization, I cannot force on you. This is it. Now there are 3 conditions which you have to fulfill, which are very easy conditions. First is that you have to be extremely confident about yourself that you will all get your self-realization. Have no diffidence of any kind. That is first. The second one is that you have to forgive everyone. Logically, let us see. If we do not forgive someone, then what do? We don't do anything, logically. But when we don't forgive, we play into wrong hands. And the person whom we don't forgive is quite happy, but we are very unhappy people. So the best thing is that you just do not even think about them and just forgive all of them. Absolutely. Now the third condition is you have to forgive, because the Sagya Chakra, as I tell you, is in the optic chiasma, has to open out. Unless and until you forgive, it won't open. And the Kundalini will rest here. So please, I request you to forgive everyone without even thinking about them in general. Now the third condition is that you must know that you are a human being. You are at the epitome of evolution. And if you have done some mistakes, doesn't matter. At this present moment, you have to get your realization. You don't have to think about your mistakes. So you don't have to think you are guilty. If you feel guilty, then this center here on the left side catches, which is a very dangerous thing, because that is how you get your angina, you get spondylitis, and also you get your organs on the whole lethargy. Nobody has to feel guilty. After all, you are human beings, and only human beings can commit mistakes. You are not gods. So what is there to feel guilty? It's a fashion also to feel guilty. Even English language is like that. We go on saying sorry, sorry, morning till evening. In our times, when we were young, we used to say on the phone, I beg your pardon. But even there we say sorry, sorry, sorry. So nothing to be sorry about. You're perfectly all right. All of you can get your realization. Absolutely, you are just there. So please have complete self-confidence in yourself. Not to feel guilty for anything. Don't think I've done this wrong, that thing wrong. With these simple conditions, if you really cooperate, things will work out in no time. So now, You may be hot-tempered, you may be quarrelsome, but once the Kundalini comes up, it should go away. Unless until you are possessed by something, which also can be worked out. In most of the cases, not all, but some of them are exceptional, but most of them are worked out and everybody reaches that state. Could be an exception, but hardly any. All right. So that means, in short, that we should be very pleasantly placed towards ourselves and that we should have full confidence. Now, we could have now both the feet away from each other. Those who are sitting on the ground are all right, as they are all right. But those who are not sitting, please put both your hands away from each other. Oh, also feet. Now the left hand we are using symbolically to express our desire to have our self-realization, because left side is the power of desire. We use the right side to nourish our centers, because this is the power of action. This we are doing just now, then you don't have to do it, just to nourish them, showing that you have all the desire to get your self-realization. It's very simple. Put your left hand towards me and right hand you have to put it on your heart. Left hand towards me, left hand, this way on your lap. Yes, good. With the fingers down. Yeah. Now, first we'll show you, then we'll close our eyes. First of all, see. Now, in the heart resides the Spirit. Is the reflection of the God Almighty. And if you are the Spirit, in the light of the Spirit, you become your own guide, your own master. So now we take our right hand in the upper portion of our abdomen on the left hand side. We are working only on the left hand side, while the left hand is all the time constantly like this. Then we take our hand in the upper portion of our abdomen on the left hand side and press it. This is the center of our mastery. It's created by all the great masters. Then we take our hand in the lower portion of our abdomen on the left hand side and press it hard. Now, this is the center of pure knowledge. You'll be surprised. It is. How it is, we'll explain to you later on. But just now, know that it is the center of pure knowledge. Pure knowledge is the knowledge which is absolute knowledge, which works out all the divine laws automatically within you. Now, you take your hand again back onto the left side of your abdomen on the upper side, and then please put your hand on your heart again. If you are wearing a coat, you can put it inside the coat. Now, you have to take your right hand in the corner of your neck and your shoulder and put your neck on your right side. This is the center about which I have told you, that when you feel guilty, then this center gets blocked. Now, then we have to put our right hand on your forehead across, like this, with fingers on one side and with the thumb on another side. We have to hold on both the sides of your forehead. Now please try to put down your head as far as possible. This is the center where you have to forgive everyone in general. Now you have to take your hand on the back side of your head and push back your head as far as possible. This is the center where, without feeling guilty, without counting your mistakes, for your own satisfaction, you have to say to this divine power that if you have done any mistakes, the divine power should forgive you. That we'll do later on. Just now don't have to say anything, but just I am showing you. Now the last center. to stretch your palm fully and put the center of your palm on top of your fontanelle bone area. Now put down your head as far as possible. Please put down your head as far as possible. Now push back your fingers. By pushing back your fingers, you will have a good pressure on your scalp. Now put down your head as far as possible. Here you have to move your scalp, not your hand so much as the scalp, 7 times clockwise, slowly. That's all we have to do. Please remember to push back your fingers. Now you'll have to close your eyes and need not have your spectacles, and don't open them till I tell you. Please put your both the feet apart from each other. If there's anything tight on your waist or in your neck, please loosen it, and you don't have to bend or bend back, but sit in a more straight manner in a comfortable way. Now please put the left hand towards me, and the right hand you have to use it on your left side. Now first put the right hand on to the heart and left hand towards me, and now close your eyes. Please don't open your eyes till I tell you. Here you have to ask me a very fundamental question. You can call me Mother or you can call me Shri Mataji, whatever you feel like. Mother, am I the spirit? Ask this question 3 times in your heart. Mother, am I the spirit? Ask this question 3 times in your heart. Now, if you are the spirit, you are your guide, your master. So now take your right hand, the upper portion of your abdomen on the left hand side, press it hard, and now here you ask another question, another fundamental question 3 times. Mother, am I my own master? Please ask 3 times. Mother, am I my own master in your heart? 3 times. I have already told you that I respect your freedom. And I cannot force pure knowledge on you. You have to ask for it. So now, please take your right hand in the lower portion of your abdomen on the left hand side. Here press it hard, and here you ask 6 times, because this center has got 6 petals. Please ask 6 times, Mother, please give me pure knowledge. Mother, please give me pure knowledge. Please ask 6 times in your heart. As soon as you ask for pure knowledge, the Kundalini starts rising. So now we have to open the upper centers with our self-confidence and nourish them. So now raise your right hand on the upper portion of your abdomen on the left hand side and press it. And here you have to say with full self-confidence 10 times, Mother, I am my own master. Here you have to say 10 times with your full self-confidence, Mother, I am my own master. You are not to doubt yourself anymore. We have to know that the fundamental truth about us is that we are not this body, we are not this mind, we are not these conditionings, we are not these emotions, we are not this ego or whatever we have so-called achieved outside, but we are pure spirit. So now please raise your right hand on your heart, and here you have to say it 12 times with full confidence. Mother, I am the pure spirit. Say it 12 times in your heart. Mother, I am the pure spirit. We have to know that this divine power is the ocean of knowledge, ocean of love and compassion, is the ocean of bliss. But above all, it is the ocean of forgiveness. And whatever mistakes we have committed can be easily dissolved by this power of ocean of forgiveness. So please forgive yourself. Put your right hand in the corner of your neck and your shoulder and put your head towards right. Here you have to say 16 times. Again with full confidence. Mother, I am not guilty at all. Mother, I am not guilty at all. Please say it 16 times with full confidence. I have already told you, whether you forgive or don't forgive, you don't do anything. But if you don't forgive, then you play into wrong hands. And also the people whom you are not forgiving are not in any way unhappy, but you are torturing yourself. So now raise your right hand on your forehead across with the fingers on one side and thumb on another side, and press your forehead and put it down as far as possible. Here you have to say again with full confidence, from your heart, not how many times. Mother, I forgive everyone in general. Don't think about them, just say it. This is very important center. You have to say it, otherwise not possible to get self-realization. As it is, you have tortured yourself by not forgiving, and now you cannot miss your self-realization. Now take back your right hand on to the back side of your head and push back your head as far as possible towards the sky. Here, without feeling guilty, without counting your mistakes, just for your satisfaction, you have to say from your heart, not how many times again, O divine power, if I have done anything wrong, knowingly or unknowingly, please forgive me. O divine power, if I have done anything wrong against you, knowingly or unknowingly, please forgive me. Please say it from your heart, not how many times. Now the last center, which is very important. Stretch your hand, stretch your palm, and put the center of your palm on top of the fontanelle bone area. Now you have to stretch your fingers, otherwise there is no pressure. Please stretch your fingers backward. Stretch them backwards so that there's a good pressure on your head, on your scalp. Here again, I respect your freedom. And I cannot force self-realization on you. You have to ask for it. So now press it hard, put down your head as far as possible. And now here, you start moving your scalp very slowly 7 times, at the same time saying, Mother, please give me self-realization 7 times. Now, please take down your hands. Put both the hands towards me, open your eyes, you can put on your glasses. Now watch me without thinking. Now, please put your right hand towards me. Put down your head and see for yourself if there's a cool or a warm breeze coming out of your head. Some people will even get hot. If you are not forgiven, it would not be cool. So even if you have not forgiven, again forgive everyone. Now put down your head and see for yourself. Now the hand should not be on top of the head, but away from it so that you can feel it. Some people get it very far, some people get it very close. So just try to feel if there's a cool breeze coming out of your head. Now this is the cool breeze of the Holy Ghost, which is the reflection of the Kundalini. Now put the left hand towards me. Put down the right hand and see for yourself again if there's a cool breeze coming out of your head. Now again, last. Put your right hand towards me, again put down your head. Putting down your head is very important. And now see if there's a cool breeze coming out of your head. See. Move your hand clockwise and see. Cool, maybe warm, maybe hot, doesn't matter. Now, please put both your hands towards the sky like this. Open your eyes. Push back your head and ask a question, any one of these questions, 3 times. Mother, is this the cool breeze of the Holy Ghost? Or, Mother, is this the all-pervading power of God's love? Thirdly, Mother, is this the Brahma Chaitanya? Is this the Parama Chaitanya? Ask any one of these questions 3 times, looking upward. 3 times. Now please bring down your hands. All those who have felt cool or warm breeze on their fingertips, hands, or out of their fontanelle bone area, please raise both your hands. Oh my. That's like, I bow to all of you. So your spiritual life has started. Some people didn't feel, doesn't matter. They'll feel it tomorrow or day after. We have a very good center here, very beautiful center, and they'll have follow on. Now don't neglect your self-realization. Don't neglect it. Respect it. It's a new state in which you have arrived, where you now become collectively conscious. Means you can feel on your fingertips not only the truth, but also you can feel other people. You can feel yourself and you can feel other people. Now don't doubt about yourself. If you have not felt it, doesn't matter, it will work out. This is beyond your mind, so don't discuss it and argue about it, but just take it in a very silent manner, the whole thing as a blessing. I hope next year I'll come and I'll spend more time in New Zealand for you. But I would like you all to grow like great trees. Now the seed has sprouted, and to achieve what so many have achieved through SahajaYoga. May God bless you. चलो मुझे पहले इससे अच्छा दूसरा चश्मा ये लाइट बहुत है ना आँखों को
Shall I just say about follow-up
Like what?
programs? Shall I just say about follow-up?
Outside of the foyer, there's informational follow-up programs, and there will be weekly meetings held in different parts of Auckland in the districts, and they actually continue all year. And we're able to answer
over.
queries that they have in meetings, and that we just really develop what you just talked about, like some people didn't feel, so that in a few weeks you soon start feeling it. For those who have felt it, you'll find it's quite easy to establish it and really start to use it in daily life. It's something within us, and it's really up to us to develop that and establish it, because once it's established you can't lose it. So the information's at the back of the theatre, and there's people here with the badges with strategy on who will answer any questions and queries you might have. So I thank you all for coming tonight.
You have given them some sort of an address and all that.
Yes, that's it.
चालेल मंडळी जाऊ दे. कारण आता उद्या जायचं आपल्याला
अरे क्षमा करायचं
काय झालं
ते माईक वरती करायचं लक्षात होतं पण म्हटलं प्रोग्राम डिस्टर्ब होईल म्हणून मी नाही
त्याला
गेलो
आधीच सांगूच काय अगदी चालेच ना त्याच्यात काय तरी झाले
यशमाबाई
चालेल फार वाईट